Hey everyone, welcome back to the AI Religious Wars here in EU4, and I actually just recorded episode 15, but I went over the statistics for about 15 minutes, which is way too long, so I decided I'm gonna do it a little bit shorter, actually much shorter, definitely not more than 5 minutes, and even that was probably too long. Anyways, without further ado, today, episode 15, every 5 episodes, I kind of want to go over the statistic in the ledger, so let's go straight to it. First thing probably interesting is the country just comparison. I'm not going to point out too many things because you can read them for yourself, so let's sort them by development first. Just the obvious, Vajrayana Empire has more than 1,000 developments. So far it's the only nation, but that's probably going to change. The reform definitely will get there. But yeah, rest you can see for yourselves. I'm going to scroll down slowly a bit, so you can actually pause it if you want, but probably not that interesting. Just point out, obviously, Mayan, Colombia, Protestant West Indies, and the other, colonial nations. Those are 4 colonial nations. Then we have the little nations that have fallen apart, and the weakest empire are the Confucians officially. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, that's one thing. That's development. Let's check out what else we got. We got obviously income. That's a very important thing. We see the Reformed Empire. They're making the most money, and that is due to 50 ducats from trade, which is just ridiculous. We're gonna talk about trade a little bit later, but just so you know, Inti and Nahuatl making huge amounts of ducats from gold, and then we have Orthodox and Catholics just making a lot of money from trade as well. Okay, so that's that. Also, we have the max manpower. I'm just gonna look at this very quickly. So no surprise, we have the Reformed and the Vajrayana here. For some reason, even though Vajrayana have more total development, still the Reformed has more maximum manpower. It is kind of surprising, but it's probably because, army tradition? Well, I don't actually know. I can't actually tell you. It does seem to depend on their provinces, but oh well. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Alright, what else have we got? Right, one thing that was actually quite surprising was the technology. I gotta hurry up because otherwise it's gonna be 50 minutes again. So yeah, just leader is the Norse Empire. I just thought that would be hilarious. Also, that the Norse Empire has been followed by the Animist, the Mayan Colombia, a colonial nation, the Inti Empire, the Zoroastrians, the Mayan Empire, the Totemist, then another colonial nation. I mean, okay, most of them obviously have the same tech. It's just still very funny. And also, most ideas so far have been researched, I would say, by the Norse Empire. So they definitely have the most efficient way of spending their, monarch points. And then, yeah, we have shamanists and Protestants over here as well. Okay, not too interesting. Let's move on to score, which is usually something I kind of disregard in all of my plays because it just doesn't matter. Score just doesn't matter. But in this AI game, I think it kind of does matter. So yeah, most score, not really a big surprise, is the Reformed Empire. I think they're also the ones who get the most monthly growth. Yes, they do. Orthodox, surprisingly, are ranked 2nd in every department, which is very cool. And the Reformed are actually 1st in everything and 3rd in diplomatic. Okay, so I wonder who is the 1st in diplomatic. That's actually just one thing I really want to see. The Norse Empire. Okay, that makes sense. Not really necessarily. I don't even know how this really goes. Probably because of their big fleet. We're going to talk about that later. Okay, so that's score for you again. I'm going to show you the negative, or not the negative, but the weak ones. So there you go. Some of these people have 0 score, like the New Catholic Empire, but the Protestants actually have 8 score, which is good for them. Okay, so yeah, that's that. There was something in here that I wanted to show, but I forgot what it was. I guess it doesn't matter that much. I'm just gonna scroll through this so you can have a look. Okay, now, what else? Right, let's move on to religion. Oh, I feel like this is already, it's already 5 minutes, Jesus. Alright, just really quick. Okay, most provinces, currently the Animists, and most countries, obviously Mayan. It's gonna get more because they're about to reform the religion once more, and they will fall apart again. That's definitely something to look forward to. Okay, yeah, let's speed this up. What else we got? the total troops, yeah, armies is definitely something we should have a look at. So most army, biggest army right now, no surprise if it ever clicks. The Reformed Empire, we have the Inti Nahuatl, very cool. Well, that's not the maximum manpower, that's the manpower at the moment, and because the Reformed are at war, they're not doing that well. Rest you can see right here. Force limits also obviously Reformed, although it's still a surprise that they have more than the Vajrayani, but for some reason they're, I don't know, their provinces are just more valuable. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. Move on to ships. Just really quick, biggest army right now has surprisingly actually the Norse Empire, then followed by the Reformed, but I guess they have a lot of ports. The Orthodox are doing quite well. Well, you can see that here. Most galleys is actually the Orthodox, and it's only rivaled by the North. Rest of the nations don't actually have any galleys of significance. Shinto Catholic a little bit. Most heavy ships is the Reformed Empire, and the Nahuatl actually do have quite a lot as well. Alright, so that's concerning navies. Jesus. Wait, 6 minutes. Okay, I'm rushing this. One thing I just wanted to quickly look at, not too much explaining, is actually the loans. If I have not already clicked it off. No, there we are. There we have loans. That's just very interesting to see. Borrower. So we see the Confucians have quite a lot of loans, but they're not that expensive. Now the Ibadis have some very expensive ones, but not as many loans. Now the Jews, they only have a couple. They only have 2 loans. Okay, they're not that expensive. Norse has one big one. Protestants have a couple, but they're going to be bankrupt after this episode probably. And Reformed only have one loan doesn't really mean anything. But here we come to the biggies. The Shia Empire. They have tons of loans. Very expensive ones too. So they, I don't know, they're still not bankrupt apparently. But yeah, they're definitely, I think they're already bankrupt. They're already bankrupt, and this is going to be their second bankruptcy. I think that's what it is. Look at their, look at their interests. Yeah, that's amazing. Then the Sikh do have a loan, but that's just, well, actually they have 2 ones. Okay. Already spending too much time on here. Sunnis have tons of loans. Jesus Christ. Okay. And then the Tangri will also get stomped. Okay. Move on. Trade notes. Just real quick. The richest trade nodes right now. The English Channel is for some reason not the capital node of the Reformed Empire. They have Champagne as their capital node, which is just ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just going to move through this quickly. And you can stop if you want to have a look at this more. Well, more in detail. Okay. What else? Actually, no. This might not actually be their capital node. Maybe that's just if they are the ones who have most control over. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Okay. So they have more than 50% control, I believe. Okay. Next one. Strategic goods. That's just something we can look at really quickly. We have a couple production leaders, and a couple of these people actually get some bonuses out of this. Okay. Well, not many people get their bonuses, but alright. Just to let you guys know. Next up, we have trade comparison. Oh yeah, I just want to show you that how much money Reformed Empire, or well, the Europeans for that matter, make from trade. So obviously, top-notch nations is actually obviously Catholic and Reformed, but also Theravada make quite a lot of dough. So that's very cool. And last but not least, let's check out the wars again. So we have 5 wars going on right now. 3 of them involve the alliance between the Orthodox and the Protestants. All of them are defensive, but yeah, they're definitely gonna get wrecked. The Protestants will be split between the Reformed and the North. Now I wonder what the Catholics will take. Will they take stuff from the Orthodox, or will they only focus on the New World? Then we have the Hindu and Vajrayani pinching in the Theravada, and we have the big alliance of the Shinto, Zoroastrian, and Vajrayani against the Tangri. So yeah, that's enough. Just one quick thing. I want to show you the religious map, just so you can see this. Very cool. And move on to the diplomatic map. A couple of alliances I didn't remember. With the North allied to the Catholics also allied to the Shamanists. They, on their part, also allied to the Inti and have their own colonial nation. Up here, we only have the Mayans, who really have, well, those are the Mayans, who are basically allied to everyone over here, and then the Nahuatl being alone. Now, for some reason, Ibadi and Sikh have teamed up, the 2 weak nations over here, but that could be potentially interesting. The Orthodox obviously also allied to the Coptics. Then we have the big alliance, the Shinto allied to Vajrayani and the Zoroastrians, and Vajrayani also allied to the Hindu as well as the Shinto. Okay, so now that is enough of that. Let's actually get going. Okay, I think I already spent 10 minutes. Even if I cut it down, Jesus, that is amazing. Last time wow, yeah, I did spend 10 minutes. Okay, I do apologize. I will probably put a link somewhere in there so you can skip the intro if you don't care about the statistics. Okay, now one thing I decided was that with so many wars going on, I won't be able to really just focus on, you know, one of the wars particularly. I think I'm gonna rather sit back and, you know, do more of a time-lapse thing. Not entirely, as you can see, I obviously do scroll in just to see the armies. Now, one thing I noticed when looking at this, that the Zoroastrians are actually fighting the Tengri army, and these guys are just sweeping in. So the Shinto have a huge army over here, the Vashishani have... So this is 120,000 men right in this area. And all of the Tengri army is currently fighting the Zoroastrians, and it seems like they just won, but Zoroastrians have more troops, so that's good for them. Theravada have 40,000 men down here, and another... they have another army as well. It's probably on the ships, I don't know, but I know for certain they have another army. Don't know where it went. We have the Hindus over here and over here, so they're pinching in from two sides, but they probably will lose if the Theravada are smart. Okay, and of course we're gonna see how the Protestants fare. They have a battle up north that actually might be interesting to watch. They're defending against well, across the river, but they actually got overwhelmed, even though they do have the better general. Interesting. Okay, well, that's something. Orthodox have landed in Catholic homeland. Okay, whereas the Catholics on their part have landed in Orthodox homeland. Okay, so we'll see. Perhaps the Catholics even take back Aperos and Ragusa. It's definitely a possibility. But yeah, right now 80,000. Oh my god, 80,000 reformed over there. Yeah, so the North are closing in. They're probably going to take Danzig quickly. No, right now they're just waiting for reinforcements. They are sieging Zealand though. Now Zealand, that's one interesting thing. Zealand is actually being claimed by Reformed and Norse. So potentially there's some trouble between the Reformed and the North over that one province. It would actually be very amazing because the North could bring in the Catholics, and that would actually be an alliance that could, you know, keep the Reformed Empire in check. As you can see, they are holding back 45,000 men, and they still win the war, which, well, is not really a big surprise, but still. That's their tactic. I don't know why the North are just staying there. They could easily siege this stuff, but apparently they're just not interested. Okay, so these guys are doing this stuff, sieging each other. Very nice. The Catholics also hold a big army back, simply because they can. And I guess that kind of makes sense. We don't know what the Sunni do. They are still probably highly in debt, so they're not going to declare any wars. But, you know, rebels could pop up over here, which is obviously something these guys don't want. Okay, now, did the mines explode? Not yet. We still have that. So they were going to explode soon, as soon as one of their colonies finishes over here, which is very early. Not very early, which is going to be very soon. So we're going to actually... Yep, there it is. So actually I timed this just right. So the mines just exploded, and I think that Mayan Colombia will declare its independence, but I'm not sure. Luckily for the Mayans though, they did get to keep a couple of provinces up here in California, so that's good for them. But two more nations have now emerged, which is actually good for the Mayan religion because they get to spread. Problem for them, they are not Western technology. They are tribal and North American, so yeah, probably not the best strategy overall. But yeah, one thing I did want to check is the wars. So okay, so the Catholics are heavily losing, whereas obviously the Reformed Empire and the North are winning their wars. The Shinto obviously win against the Tengri, but so far the Theravada are doing a good job of defending. They're still losing, and they're going to lose. Probably Hindus are gonna get even more or even stronger over here in India, which I think is their right. I mean, they're obviously the Hindu nation, but that would be cool to see. And oh, look at this. There is Sikh separatists in the Reformed, well, in the Zoroastrian Empire, because they're so busy with Tengri. Okay, but I think the Tengri, yeah, this is the small Tengri army that's left. So far, they are somewhat able to fight their guerrilla war, but yeah, they're obviously not gonna win. They're being attacked from all the sides. Yeah, there's no way in winning this. Yeah, they just got destroyed. Yep. Now, the thing though, this might be a good enough distraction for the Theravada to at least attempt to stay alive. They have 41,000 men against these guys. They could potentially, if they get lucky in the rolls, they could win, although they just got their navy destroyed. They have 80,000 men. I mean, that's not bad. They could wipe out this Hindu army down in the south. But yeah, that's just their navy gets destroyed so badly. That is really a big problem. Okay, now these rebels, it seems like the Zoroastrians are not dealing with them, so that potentially could cause some problems. Also, there are those Jewish? No, those are Ardalan separatists. Interesting. So we might see a country that should not even exist at all. What is the religion here? It's Jewish, so perhaps we see another Jewish nation. I doubt it actually, but you know, you never know. So Protestants so far are still defending, but not... Nah, they won't stand a chance. Okay, check out the wars again. Nothing happened. Alright, let's continue. One thing I do want to check out though is the New World. Right. Okay, so yeah, now the Catholic Empire actually does have... It seems like they do have naval superiority, and they have sieged the two big islands over here. Although they're getting their provinces sieged as well. Though it does seem like these guys are bugged out, which is unfortunate. Now Havana is the war target, so it seems like that the Catholics will win eventually. But yeah, so far it doesn't look good. And 71% already against the Tengri. So yeah, they had just to peace out. Now what did the Shinto take? They actually only took one province. Interesting, they took their war target, but they gave tons and tons of stuff to the Vajrayani actually. Well, maybe not that much. Although, 4 provinces, did the Zoroastrians get anything out of it? They did. Okay, so actually the Shinto didn't really get many provinces out of this, but... okay. So Shinto is still allied, and the Zoroastrians have found a new ally. They're now allied to the Mahayana. Okay, interesting. So they have been isolated before, but now they have found a new friend in the Zoroastrians. So now Theravada is going to get the full wrath of the Vajrayani Empire, but it seems like they're already being attacked. Yeah, they're already losing heavily against the Hindu, at least in the north. Although they do have 55,000 men coming for them. Okay, that might actually be something interesting to watch. 55,000 against, what is this? Grasslands. Okay. They did take a river crossing, but yeah, they're going to be able to defend, well, not defend, but drive the Hindus out. Okay, so that's cool. They also have more men down here. So if the Rajajani if they don't do anything, the Hindu will lose. But yeah, we're going to have a look at this. Okay, Ibadi have now declared a war on the Shia. Interesting. They obviously cannot call in the Sikh because they are at a truce. It seems like the Ibadi do have the bigger army, most definitely. Question is, will they use them accordingly? And will they be stupid and declare or cross the strait here and lose all their men? I still think the Ibadi will lose this, simply because they're terrible. And yeah, so these rebels actually do seem to be a problem. Yeah, the Orthodox suffer highly from these rebels. They have Jewish separatists now, and also the Zoroastrians have quite a lot of rebels. Interesting. Okay, let's check out any more wars. Okay, so the Catholic War has ended. Interesting. So they haven't taken anything here. Obviously, they have not taken anything off of here. So let's see what happened in the New World. Nothing. It was a white peace. Perhaps monetary recompensation. How do you call that? Recompensation? Yeah, that's probably what it was. Okay, but the Protestant West Indies do have a lot of rebel problems, but it's only peasants, so not that important. And yeah, now Colombia is a free nation. Colombia is a free nation, allied to the Mayans, but free, no longer colonial nation. And I do think they are Western. Yes, so that is actually very good. So the Mayans are no longer the only Western Mayan nation. They now have Colombia down here, although probably Colombia, even though they're allied to, you know, the biggies, if I could ever click on them again, they have tons of cores here. Wow. Claims, obviously, cores. Not cores, they have claims. So it's weird that they're allied to these guys. They could easily take them over. That would be interesting. But yeah, what else have we going on? Still the 2 wars. Okay, Ibadis are losing now, and Theravada are still doing quite a good job of defending. Okay, let's check out these battles over here, if there's even any battles. Yeah, 22 or 27,000 Protestants are remaining against Yeah, 80,000 of these guys. Okay, are the Orthodox out of the war? No, but, oh, right, they have just retreated from the Catholics. Okay, because they've been black flagged. Yeah, so soon enough, the Protestant army will be wiped out. I wonder, okay, so the Reformed have peaced out. They actually only took 2 provinces. They took Lübeck, which, well, that actually is a big cut because of a coastal center, and just some random province. Interesting. Okay, so that was that. End of the episode today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. It's Gironca, signing off.